In this video, we're going to discuss how to change the way you see yourself. What's up everyone? My name is Morcie, and if you're new to this channel is all about creating your own reality through your spiritual awakening process. And if you find that this resonates with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. When it comes to creating your own reality, the way you see yourself has incredible power into how you navigate through this world. The way you see yourself affects the way you perceive the world around you, and it affects the way you open yourself up to opportunity and open yourself up to possibility. Reality Transurfing speaks about slides. Now, slides are this distorted picture of reality. Slides are something that is only in our mind and no one else's. So take, for example, a video projector. There is light that is coming through the lens, and what we can do is put a filter, and that filter shapes what we see. Now, the light represents the world, and the filter represents our worldview. We are not very likely to consistently see our experiences objectively. So most of the time we are using a filter to perceive the world around us, and that filter is a slide. Now, there are positive slides and negative slides, and they are just as you might think. A positive slide is a viewpoint, a worldview that will bring you closer to that which you desire. And a negative slide is a viewpoint that will bring you away from what you desire. It will take you back. And a negative slide will keep you in this box, this conditioned box, and you will continue to believe this narrow and very limited way of thinking. So, for example, when you are looking through a negative slide, you might be focused on what others are thinking. When you have a negative slide, you're more likely to believe that your weaknesses matter to others more than they actually do. Because most of the time, no one is really thinking about others. We're mostly thinking about ourselves. That's kind of that egoic side of us. We're very consumed in our own world, and we assume that other people are thinking of us. So take, for example, you're having a conversation with someone and you really do not like the outfit that you are wearing. Well, you might think that the person's very subtle facial expressions or laughs and chuckles, or maybe even small phrases that they use, are directed towards your outfit. And that might make you believe that they too are focused on the outfit that you don't like. Or maybe you hear in the background people laughing and chuckling, and because you're so focused on this one idea, you too believe that they are laughing about you. That's what these negative slides do. They make us focus on things that bring us apart from what it is that we really need to focus on. Essentially, it is a waste of our time. It's also important to bring up the fact that much of our first experiences follow us through adulthood. So when we were children, that's of course where we had our first experiences. We were new to this world and very impressionable. So the way people treated us and the way we treated others still affects us to this day. The way we saw the world when we were young, the way we saw an experience and how that affected us, it still affects us to this day. And it is then when we are creating these negative and positive slides, and that is what is affecting us right now. So it's also important to think about on your journey to changing the way you see yourself is to go back into those memories, to reach back into our conscious mind and find what we hid away, pull it out, and confront that memory. Confront that situation that you may or may not be afraid to confront, but if you want to change the way you view yourself, and I'm assuming you do if you're watching this video, it's important for you to confront those situations and confront them wholeheartedly and genuinely in the fact that you want only good for yourself and you want only good for the people around you. Think about, what is that belief that is stopping you? What is that belief that is not allowing yourself to give yourself permission? That's the thing. When you are changing that story that you're telling yourself, it's up to you to give yourself permission to have. It is up to you to give yourself permission to act. And what I mean by that is telling yourself that you are capable of something, that you can do something without worrying how it's going to happen or if it's going to happen, but just knowing that it doesn't matter. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this. I know that I have the ability to create my own reality, and therefore I'm going to take this step forward so I can show myself what it is that I'm capable of doing. In my experience, when I am trying to change the way I view myself, I take action. I give myself the opportunity to do things that I haven't done before so I can see what it is that I resonate with more, what it is that I want to continue to do in my own life. Then I can start to mold and shape myself and change the story that I'm telling myself. Now, in order to switch from negative slides to positive slides, it's important for us to be consciously aware of what is a negative slide. What do you define as a negative slide? And you know when you're viewing this world through a negative slide by the way you feel. If you're feeling very limited, if you're feeling very obsessed over something that is so minuscule that no one else is really paying attention to, if you feel yourself uncomfortable, it's mostly to focus on that feeling. When you feel that discomfort, you have to focus on, is this a negative slide? Am I looking at this distorted picture of reality in a way that is pushing me away from what it is that I need to achieve? It's also paying attention to the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak about yourself, because our subconscious is taking that in. Our subconscious takes things very literally. So if you make a simple mistake and you say, I'm an idiot, what is happening is your subconscious is programming that into your mind, and you will really feel as though you are an idiot. And when you are communicating with others and holding conversations with others, you will then believe that those people think that you're an idiot. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself, the way you speak about yourself. Change that. So now when you want to switch over to a positive slide, you are now aware of what you consider to be negative. And now you can choose to do the opposite. You can choose to say, you know what, I made a mistake, but it's okay. I forgive myself. I'm going to try again. Because that's what life is about. We're trying again and again and again. We're not going to get things right in the first try. It's very different to the way we were taught in school, right? Going back to childhood. Childhood has our first impression. So if you were to go to a school where they grade papers A, B, C, D, where you have one chance to get it right, that's what you're going to start to believe about this world. I only have one chance to get this right. And if I don't get this right now, that means I'm not capable. That's the way our past is affecting the way we see this world. So in order to start using positive slides, just begin to use visualization techniques. Visualization is an incredible technique to creating your own reality, to consciously creating your own reality. Because when you visualize, you are building about this everyday type quality. You're getting used to this version of yourself in your mind, and you're more likely to behave in that way and to act in that way. Up here is a link to a video that I created about 3 visualization techniques that will be incredibly powerful to creating positive slides. Now, here's the thing about positive slides. You must use them consistently. You must use them consistently and in a very systematic way. So it means that you must make the intention to be consciously aware when you are speaking to yourself, being consciously aware of how you speak to yourself and what you think of yourself, so that the moment that you feel yourself doing that, you quickly change it to a positive slide. and do that consistently. And when you do that consistently, it starts to dissolve. It's no longer just this view, but it becomes a part of your reality. It becomes a part of you. It becomes very normal. It has that everyday quality. Now, it's important not to try and push away and avoid negative slides. Life is always about acceptance. Growth is always about acceptance. Transformation is always about acceptance. So it's accepting it, but accepting that it exists, and then not focusing your energy on it. What you're doing is don't give that thought energy. Just look at it indifferently and say, you know what, I'm gonna let this thing pass by, and lessen the importance. That's two things. Focus your energy on a positive slide and lessen the importance of that negative slide, so that what you're doing is moving away from that thought, and you're showing yourself, you're showing your very limited and logical common sense mind what is actually possible. Now, a good way to test out your positive slide is to surround yourself with new people, because you are then giving yourself the opportunity to give a new first impression. When you meet new people, they don't have any idea of who you are. They only know you based on what you are showing them in that moment. Now, here's the thing about positive slides. Your heart must agree with it. So if you find that you are faking it, it is going to show in that way. And that's when it comes to being sure that you are consistently using visualization techniques so that it can be real for you. As you are using these positive slides, these new people that you are interacting with will begin to interact with you in the way that you are presenting yourself. You are not presenting yourself in this inferior manner. You're not focusing on any of your weaknesses. What you're doing is focusing on that positive slide that you were consistently visualizing. And so now they have this first impression of you, and you can truly see how it is it's working with others, what it is you like and what it is you don't like. That's what life is. It's all about this trial and error. So when it comes to consciously creating your own reality, be sure that you are focusing less on those negative slides and focusing more on what it is that you would like to materialize into your reality. Be sure that you are lessening the importance of those negative slides, and that you are giving yourself permission to have, and giving yourself permission to act. We are the only ones who limit ourselves in this world. No matter what we think, no matter how much an experience has affected us, ultimately, we have the power, and that is incredibly liberating. So I hope this video resonates with you. My name is Morcie, and until next time, peace.